In this video we're going to look at Debrief's toolbars. And in the same way that Debrief has menu options for the application's main functions, there are 4 types of toolbar to assist you. The main toolbar, this provides functions specific to the application / workbench. The view toolbars, and these toolbars are specific to the views themselves and provide functions related to the selected view. The fast view toolbar, this sits in the bottom left of the screen and enables fast access to selected views. And the perspectives toolbar. Perspectives are not used in Debrief at present, so please refer to the user guide for further information. We'll now look at each of these in turn, starting with the main toolbar. The main or workbench toolbar contains a combination of a number of mini toolbars, and you can see a vertical dotted line separating each of these, and group buttons, and these are kept apart by a separator, solid vertical lines between the buttons. Now you can move the mini toolbars by clicking on the dotted lines and either dragging horizontally or vertically, as shown here. So I can drag horizontally, or I can drag it down or back up again. And while you're getting started, you can get an idea of what the buttons actually do by mousing over them, and then after a second or so you'll see a tooltip. For some of the buttons, you'll also see there's a shortcut key combination in the tooltip as well. For example, Alt+3. But we'll come on to shortcut keys in the next video. And the mini toolbars are as follows from left to right. We have the Save toolbar. Now this will save the project with a currently saved name. At the moment this is grayed out because boat2.rep file hasn't been changed in any way. However, if I click on boat1.rep, and you can see there's an asterisk next to the first letter, so if I click on that to make it active, the Save button is now activated. So I can click on Save if I want to. The next mini toolbar is Create Project, and clicking on this button will initiate the Create a Project wizard. Next we have the Drawing Tools, and the Drawing toolbar contains buttons which allow you to view plot layers or to place objects such as shapes, labels, range rings, tracks, and vectors onto the plot. Please refer to the user guide for further details. And then we have the Plot Management Tools, and this is a group of 9 buttons split into 3 parts by separators. And these buttons allow you to perform various management functions within the plot editor, including object repositioning, measuring, zooming in and out, etc. Now the first section in the plot management tools we call the drag mode, and this comprises the first 6 buttons. The drag track segment, drag component, drag whole feature, measure range bearing, pan, and zoom in. And the way the Debrief functionality works is you can only select one of these buttons at a time. But we'll come on to more of these in later videos. To the right of the separator in the second group is the solitary zoom out button. Its function is self-explanatory, and this button can be used in conjunction with all of the buttons in the first group. And finally, to the right of the second separator, in the third group, we have the Fit to Window button and the Redraw Plot Editor buttons. And again, these are self-explanatory. We won't go over all these functions, so please refer to the user guide when necessary. Now you can show and hide the main toolbar by clicking on Window, then clicking on Hide Toolbar, or Show Toolbar respectively. Now we'll look at the second set of toolbars, and that's the View toolbars. Now each view has its own mini toolbar which provides functionality specific to that view. So in the Navigator view, we have these options here which are specific to the Navigator. So what we're going to do now is we're going to look at the Outline view and the Outline view toolbars. So we'll come down to the Outline view, we click on Track Nelson to select it, and then in the Outline View toolbar, we'll click on Hide Selected Items. And then look what happens to the boat1.rep plot editor. The Track Nelson is hidden. And then we'll click on Reveal Selected Item. The third set of toolbars is the Fast View toolbar. And this particular toolbar contains what are called fast views. And these are shortcuts to frequently used views. And by default, this toolbar resides in the bottom left of the interface, underneath the Outline view as it is at the moment, but it can be dragged to any position around the outside edge of the interface, which is what we'll do now. So we move our mouse down to the Fast View toolbar and then over the dotted lines until we see the 4-direction cursor. And now we can drag it up. Now, as you can see, if I drag it up to the left, I can position it up here. But if I take it across, I cannot drop it on the plot editor itself. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to move it up into the top right corner here and then drop it there. That's where I prefer to have it. As soon as I release the mouse, the Fast View toolbar is now sitting in the top right corner of the user interface. Now we'll add a view to the toolbar. Now there are two ways we can do this. The first way is I'm going to come across to the navigator over here and I'm going to click on it to select it. Then I'm going to right click on the tab and then I'm going to select Fast View. And what will happen now is the navigator view will disappear from the left side. The button will appear in the Fast View toolbar. There we go. So I can come up to my Fast View toolbar, and if I click on Navigator, it will now open in this position. And as you can see, the actual button itself is selected. Any view in the Fast View toolbar becomes a toggle option. So it's toggled on, toggle off, toggle on, toggle off. If I click on the X to close the view, it will actually remove it from the Fast View toolbar. So I don't want to do that. Now I'm going to add the outline view, and I'm going to do this by clicking on the Show View as a Fast View button. And now I get my options to select from, and I'll click on Outline. And there we go. There's the outline view, and much in the same way, the button is depressed, and it's a toggle on, toggle off. Now these two buttons are pretty similar, and don't forget you have the tooltip, so you can mouse over just to remind yourself before you click on them. Now you might want to keep the navigator view up here, because when you click on it, as you can see, there are a lot of files. And if it's over on the left-hand side, then you're going to have to scroll up and down. So it's a good idea to use the Fast View toolbar for this functionality. And you can drag these buttons and these views and position them in the same way you did with the Boat 1 rep and Boat 2 rep files in the previous video. The fourth toolbar is the Perspectives toolbar. And when we move the Fast View toolbar up to the top right-hand corner, it nudged the Perspectives toolbar to the left. At the moment, the Tactical Analysis button is selected, but the other functions offered in this toolbar are not currently used in Debrief. So please refer to the user guide for further details about this. So now we've covered views, menus and toolbars. We've seen that navigating, moving and manipulating objects with a mouse is standard functionality known to us all. But equally useful, but much less common, is the use of shortcut key combinations. And we'll come on to those in the next video.